My favorite case study is about a couple who sold their home in just 3 days. A lucky few of you will put your house on the market, get an offer right away, and close quickly. I am truly happy for you. However, many of you will not be as lucky. Remember, selling your home is a numbers game. You need to get through so many no's before you get to your yes. This module is going to talk about what to do when you're stuck and not getting any activity. First and foremost, when you're stuck, go to the Facebook group. We are there for you, and this is a place for you to go vent and get advice. Remember that you have a group of people who have been through this process before, or are currently going through it, and are happy to help. Most sellers think that they should simply lower their price and they will get more calls. While this is correct that you'll get more calls if you lower your price, it's not always a prudent thing to do. Frankly, I would rather wait for another 14 to 21 days and get several $1,000s more for my house than lower my price several $1,000s and get an offer today. If you don't feel that way, stop right here and go lower your price. Here are a couple things that I want the rest of you to do, though, before you lower your price. First, do a gut check on the price of your home. If you just willy-nilly came up with your price, then I strongly suggest getting an appraisal or going through the Home Value Estimator System module. An appraisal is preferred because it's a third-party professional evaluation of your home's value. If you followed our suggestions on how to price your home for sale, then consider listing your house on the MLS. You may just need a few more exposures to find the right buyer. At most, this is going to cost you $400, and you should reach at least 6 to 7 times more buyers this way. The struggle that most sellers face is that they know that they have a problem, but they don't know where it's at. To dissect any issues you're having, I want you to think about the process from a marketing and sales point of view. If you're familiar with sales, you will know that this is a sales funnel. The funnel looks like an upside-down triangle. The width of the triangle represents how many people fall into that category. The people that view your house online and offline are by far the most. It's hard to tell who's viewing your house offline because they're simply driving by your house. However, Zillow offers a lot of transparency on their website. They tell you how many views your home has had since a listing and how many shoppers had saved the home to their favorites. Zillow also provides a chart showing you when these views occurred. Expect to see a spike when you first list your home for sale, and then it will level off and steadily go down. Compare your views to other homes around you that are in a similar price. If your home is getting fewer views than other homes in a similar price range, consider changing your initial picture that is shown on Zillow. This is what's going to drive buyers to click and look at your listing closer. Of those viewers, a certain percentage will call you. In my personal experience, about 1% of viewers will call you. Receiving fewer calls is not necessarily a bad thing, though, especially if you have a lot of information about your home placed on Zillow. You want to weed out people who do not want your home or cannot afford it. However, if calls dry up, consider getting your house appraised first to check your listing price against the appraised value. If you've already done so, consider increasing your marketing efforts that we talked about earlier in this module. This could even include listing your house on the MLS. Next, a certain percentage of these callers will want to see your house. Based on my experience, 1 in 3 callers will want a showing of your house. If you're not getting 1 in 3 asking for a showing, your price may be too high, or it may be how you're delivering the information over the phone. Keep this in mind when you're talking to buyers over the phone. Make sure that you minimize all background noises. Don't get offended when people ask you questions that are clearly listed on Zillow. You will get people asking you what the price is, how many bedrooms it has, the square footage, and a whole host of other questions that are clearly answered on Zillow. Make sure that you always answer questions with a smile. Finally, if the buyer is pre-qualified, end each phone call with the question, "What time would you like to come by and see our house?" After people come see your home, you should start to get offers. The offers you will receive will be all over the place. I've had offers come in at 30% lower than my asking price, and others that came in just below asking price. Don't get offended by lowball offers and always counter the offer, but we'll talk more about this in the negotiation section. In many cases, you're probably going to get 3 to 4 offers that you turn down in the course of selling your home. If you show your home more than 10 times and do not receive an offer, something is wrong. Consider these symptoms and solutions. First, you may not be screening your buyers by asking if they're pre-qualified for a loan yet. If you're showing your house to anyone who calls, you're going to conduct a lot of showings for people just kicking the tires or that cannot afford your home. Start screening your buyers and you will save yourself a lot of time and trouble. Next, if you have great pictures online and the buyers show up and they're underwhelmed, you need to do more to get your house in show-ready shape before each showing. For example, if you have pristine pictures online and the buyer shows up and the house is a mess, the buyers are going to be turned off. If your home is priced higher than the market value, buyers may be showing up to find out if there's something about your home that makes it worth it. If not, the buyers may just walk away without seriously considering an offer. Every time you show your home, you should ask the buyers for feedback in a survey. I'll show you how to do that later. Read these surveys to find out what the buyers did not like. That will give you a good indication of how you are proceeding. Lastly, the part that matters the most is getting a contract on your home. Hopefully, you'll be able to close on your first contract that you receive on your home. Unfortunately, it's not unusual for contracts to fall through. Contracts can fall through for many different reasons, including the buyer not being able to secure financing, unplanned items that come up in home inspections, and even a stubborn buyer or seller refusing to budge on something small. If you have more than 2 contracts that fall through, then serious consideration needs to be given to the reasons causing them to fall through. In most cases, there's something wrong with the house that's uncovered during a home inspection that the seller is unwilling to fix. Before I get into lowering your price, I want to address renovations. Should you conduct major renovations on your house while it's for sale? The answer is no, unless something came up during a home inspection. Buyers have a hard time seeing past construction debris because they want a move-in ready house. By doing a renovation at the same time you're selling your house, you're going to chase away buyers and drive down the amount that the buyer would offer for the house. Avoid this at all costs. Finally, let's talk about how and when to lower your price. Ideally, you do not want to lower your price. But consider lowering your price if you've had an appraisal done and your listing price is higher than the appraised value, you've already listed your house on the MLS, and your home has been on the market for more than 45 days without an offer. Once you decide to lower your price, you want to make sure that you lower it everywhere it's listed. You will need to lower the price on Zillow and on the MLS. On a positive note, when you lower your price on Zillow or the MLS, buyers who are watching your home will be notified. As a buyer in the past, we sat back and waited for homes to come down into our price range before asking for a showing. When lowering your price, make sure to take cues from the houses around you. If you need to lower your house by $5,000 to be competitive on the market, go ahead and do that. However, try not to lower your price more than 1% at a time. For example, if your home is listed for $200,000, don't lower it to less than $198,000. Of course, there are going to be many exceptions to these rules, and this topic is better discussed over at the Facebook group. If you run into this situation, bring the specific details to the group so we can apply our advice to your specific situation. In the end, I hope that you don't have to use this module, but some of you will. Listen to it and follow our guidance as closely as you can. However, don't be shy about visiting the Facebook group and asking questions over there. Markets are continually changing, and the Facebook group will give you the best chance at getting the most up-to-date information. Thank you.